Because of this, it's pretty difficult for me to get to know each and one of my cousins on a personal level. They are scattered all over the globe. I have cousins in New Zealand, Fiji, England, Canada, and just a small proportion of us are in the United States. During my speech, I'll talk about how the tradition of every year for 1 week we have to meet in a neutral location somewhere around the world. I'll talk about how that started and some examples of the previous vacations we've had. It started in 1968. My grandma started to realize that her 8 kids were never under the same roof because they were all super busy. They grew up in Fiji and were either busy doing farm work, going to school, or just working to make some money. The 8 siblings varied in age. When the youngest one was about 2, the oldest one was 25, so 23 years they varied in age. And this made it pretty difficult for them all to be doing like the same thing at the same time. My grandma made it mandatory for them to be in her house at least 1 week out of the year, no matter what they were doing or where they were. Since then, we have adopted the same kind of tradition in our own families. Me and my cousins see each other every year, but I will be talking about 2 of the most memorable vacations we've had. 5 years ago, my family went to the Grand Canyon. We river rafted down the Colorado River for 5 nights, and we set up camp along the river every night. We spent exactly 120 hours together without any technology. The no technology thing helped because it created like stronger personal bonds between each other, and technology usually is a distraction with that. Another vacation was almost 3 years ago, and we went to the Bahamas. This was one of our more luxurious vacations. We stayed at the Atlantis Hotel. This was my first time in the Bahamas, and it was pretty amazing to spend it with my family. This vacation was special because it was a new addition to our family. My oldest cousin had his first baby. This made me realize that this tradition was now entering its 3rd generation, and I thought that was pretty cool. I'm excited to continue this tradition with my own kids and take them to their neutral location to meet their plenty of cousins. This year is rare because I get to see my cousins twice in 1 year. In a couple of weeks, I will be heading to Fiji for one of my cousins' weddings, where I'll be able to meet all of my 35 first cousins and some of my 150 second cousins.